February 12th, 2028, okay?
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining. We'll be getting started in just a few minutes. Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining. We'll get started in just a few minutes. Hi, Candice. Thank you for joining. We'll just give everyone a few more minutes, and then make sure all of our presenters have joined us today.
Hi, Ariel. Thank you. Sounds
Yeah, of
good.
course. I know one of our presenters is Stephen Williams. I see a Stephen, but I don't know if it's Stephen Williams. Stephen, I'm going to give you the option to promote to panelist. Please do so if you're one of our presenters. Yes, okay.
Okay, I'm here just doing my
Hi.
background.
No worries,
Hello.
no worries. Hello. Yeah, we're waiting on a few more of our presenters, so we'll give everyone a few more minutes to join.
Perfect.
Sounds good. Thank you, Ariel.
And
Don't
Stephen,
use.
who else should from your team should be a panelist? Natalie and anyone else?
No, it's gonna just be Anita Johnson. She's gonna be the panelist.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. Yeah, Anita's joining.
Yes, she has been promoted to a panelist. And then I think we're just waiting on Christy, our other presenter. We have a smaller group, so I think some people are still joining. We'll give everyone until 1:05. Thank you all for those of you who are here.
Cool. Thank you.
Cassie, do you want to send a nudge to Christy? I mean, yeah, I don't see Christy here.
Yeah, let me see if I can Teams message her.
Thank you.
Mhm. Okay, I messaged her. I'll see if she's replying.
Thank you.
Okay, she's joining now.
Sounds good. Thank you. We'll get started in about 1 minute. If you'd like to go ahead and start sharing your screen, Cassie, let me make sure you have access.
Yeah, I see it. Let me share it and confirm. Are you all able to see it?
It is loading. We can see it, but it's in presenter mode.
What? You should be seeing. Give me 1 second. How about now? You only.
Yes, you're good.
Okay, awesome. I was like, don't want you to see my notes.
No worries, no worries. And do you want to wait for Christy to get started, or would you like to get started now?
Um, we can, let me see, because we do have to play the labor and land acknowledgements, right? So maybe that'll give her some
Yes.
time to log in.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
I see someone with their hand
That
raised.
might be her. I think that's her employee ID.
Got it. Okay. Well, thank you everyone for joining today. As you see in the webinar format, your camera is automatically off and you're muted, but during the Q&A section at the end, you'll have the opportunity to unmute. You can also use the Q&A feature at the bottom of your screen, click more, and then Q&A. We'll be answering questions there as well as live during the designated times.
Yeah.
Cassie, if you guys would like to go ahead and get started, I'll pass it over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Ariel. Hi, everyone. Thank you for attending today's webinar. We're really excited to continue developing this partnership between us here at JCOD and the CFCI Care Grantees. Oh my God, excuse me, I need some water. Today's webinar is another piece of this growing collaboration that we're looking forward to. So my name's Cassandra Angel. Feel free to call me Cassie. I'm a member of the JCOD CFCI team here, and I'm really happy to be here with you all today and help introduce the two presenters that are here with us today. Before I go over today's agenda, I do have to play the county's land and labor acknowledgements. So let's sit tight while I go ahead and play those. Give me 1 second.
The County of Los Angeles recognizes that we occupy land originally and still inhabited and cared for by the Tongva, Tataviam, Serrano, Quiche, and Chumash people, and pay respect to their elders and descendants, past, present, and emerging, as they continue their stewardship of these lands and waters. We acknowledge that settler colonization resulted in land seizure, disease, subjugation, slavery, relocation, broken promises, genocide, and multi-generational trauma. This acknowledgement demonstrates our responsibility and commitment to truth, healing, and reconciliation, and to elevating the stories, culture, and community of the original inhabitants of Los Angeles County. We are grateful to have the opportunity to live and work on these ancestral lands. We are dedicated to growing and sustaining relationships with Native peoples and local tribal governments, including, in no particular order, Fernandino Tataviam Band of Mission Indians, Gabrielino Tongva Indians of California Tribal Council, Gabrieleno Tongva San Gabriel Band of Mission Indians, Gabrieleno Band of Mission Indians, Quiche Nation, Yahaviatum of San Manuel Nation, San Fernando Band of Mission Indians, Coastal Band of Chumash Nation, Gabrielino Tongva Nation, Gabrielino Tongva Tribe. To learn more about the First Peoples of Los Angeles County, please visit the Los Angeles City County Native American Indian Commission website at lanaic.lacounty.gov.
Thank you. I'll go ahead and play the labor acknowledgement now.
Most modern-day U.S. institutions have benefited from the unaddressed legacy of stolen labor at the foundation of this nation and its vast and inequitable wealth. We respectfully acknowledge our debt to the enslaved people, primarily of African descent, whose labor and suffering built and grew the economy and infrastructure of a nation that refused to recognize their humanity. While the 13th Amendment to the Constitution technically ended slavery in the U.S., we know that slavery's ongoing impacts are still felt by countless people forced, through violence, threats, and coercion, to work in the U.S. We recognize our debt to exploited workers, past and present, whose labor was and continues to be stolen through unjust practices. We acknowledge our collective debt to the indigenous peoples of this land whose labor was forced and exploited, the Chinese immigrants who built railroads and allowed for westward American development, Japanese Americans whose properties and livelihoods were taken from them while incarcerated during World War II, and migrant workers from the Philippines, Mexico, and Central and South America who have worked Pacific Northwest farms and canneries. We recognize the immigrant and American-born workers of African, Asian, and Central and South American descent whose labor remains hidden in the shadows, but still contributes to the well-being of our collective community. We recognize that our economy continues to rely on the exploited labor of incarcerated people, largely people of color, who earn pennies an hour while generating billions in goods and services each year. And we know there are many other people, too numerous to mention, who are prevented from reaping the true value of their labor by unjust systems and cruel practices. We mourn their loss of life, liberty, and opportunity. We acknowledge that the theft of labor is the theft of generational progress. Nearly all people of color have been robbed of the opportunity and wealth that their ancestors might otherwise have passed on to them.
All right. So let's get into today's agenda. So like I mentioned previously, we have two really great presentations that are all about county contracting. So how and where to get contracts, best practices for county contracting, and also some examples of contracting opportunities and documents required for them. So our first speaker will be Christy Carr. She's a division manager at the county's Equity and County Contracting Initiative at the Internal Services Department of the county. And then our second presentation will be led by some of my colleagues here at JCOD in the Contract Development and Administration Division. So with that being said, I'll go ahead and pass it to Christy Carr. She can start sharing her screen and take it away.
Wonderful. Good afternoon, and thank you so much to the entire JCOD department for inviting me here today. I'm very happy to be here and presenting a wealth of information, all related to procurement activities, kind of leading the way with here at ISD. And so with that, bear with me. I'm going to share my screen and just raise your hand or just chime in if you guys cannot see my screen. And I'm going to do a full view here. There you go. All right. Okay, hopefully you guys can all see it. As mentioned, my name is Christy Carr. I am ISD's Contracting Division Manager, and I manage 7 different sections within ISD's Contracting Division here at ISD. And I also manage another office. It's the Equity and County Contracting Office that consists of 3 different sections. And within my contracting division, I have the countywide policies and standards section that I manage. That division is responsible for all of our development of our contracting resources, all of our policies, all of our procedures, and conducting all of our training. In addition to that, I have general contracts, facility contracts, and IT contracts that are managed on behalf of my division and all of the county. So we do the majority of all of these services so that our department can provide these services to allow other departments to focus on their core missions, such as JCOD. And then our Equity and County Contracting Office is responsible for various different initiatives, and I'm going to go into those in a little bit. Agenda today, I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about LA County, what we procure, also what ISD is responsible for procuring. I'm going to talk about those equity and county contracting initiatives that I mentioned and how to register to do business with the county. I think that, that is first and foremost one of the most important things, and also how to manage your account if you need to make any updates to your account, points of contact, addresses, so on and so forth. And then I'm going to give you guys a little bit of information on how to navigate our Doing Business With Us county website. This is a wealth of information, and most importantly to you guys, this is where we post all of our solicitations. So really important for you guys to know how to navigate that, what resources are available to you guys. And then I'm going to also go into one of my favorite solicitation types, which is our request for statement of qualifications. I'm going to go over that entire process, cradle to grave with you, because that is one of the primary solicitation vehicles that we use here at the county. And that's also what JCOD is going to be presenting as well. They have a very specific one that they're in development of and facilitating at the moment. And then I'm going to give you guys a list of all of our contracting opportunities here at ISD that I have and manage. And then I always love to close it out with some tips and best practices on how to do business here with the county. And then give you links to all of our county resources. And then we'll open it up for any Q&A as well. So a little bit of overview on the county. We are the largest county in the nation. We are actually larger than a few different countries out there. We also have approximately a little bit under 7,000 different service categories and commodities here that we procure on a day-to-day basis. Right now, our budget is $49 billion. Of that $49 billion, we have approximately a $14 billion annual budget for services and commodities. And within that, we've got about 80% of that budget is spent with service contracting, and 20% of that is within commodities. We have 38 different departments. As I mentioned, ISD supports all of those 38 different departments, and each one of those county departments is responsible for conducting their own service solicitations because contracting here is decentralized. Each department focuses on their core mission. As I mentioned, anything that's not general and standard, they handle and will solicit for. And then we do procure on an as needed basis. So this is as we are able to obtain any grant funding when we're supporting different service programs, constituent services, or, on an as needed basis. Businesses doing business with us at a glance. These are those numbers, some of those numbers that I just shouted up to you guys. So of that $49 billion budget that the county does have across those 38 different departments, we've got about $14 billion that is spent on purchasing and contract services. and that was ending out our last fiscal year. We process on average 24,000 different requisitions across those 38 different departments on an annual basis. And I'm very happy to also present out to you, as of last year, closing out our books, we had $1.5 billion that was awarded to our PPEs, our certified local and small businesses, our social enterprises, and our DPBE businesses as well. And right now we have a little under 2,000 different PPE certified vendors. The PPEs, you're going to hear, we love our acronyms here at the county. The PPE vendors are our social enterprises that encompasses CBOs and nonprofits. And then we have our local small businesses. And then we also have our disadvantaged veteran-owned businesses as well. And this last number that you cannot see is our payment processing. Our payment processing time, I'm actually the lead on this board policy and this big initiative for the county. We process all of our payments on an average of 6 business days, because it's really important that we turn around that payment and process that invoice and get you guys paid as quick as possible. And that also includes leading efforts to get everyone's for deposits that be and easy for you guys to get your money for the server. So what we procure, I mentioned contracting for services is decentralized here at the county. Every department has their own service needs, and for the most part, purchasing though is centralized. We do here at ISD